Hi everyone, it's Maud here, and welcome to an endometriosis aware yoga practice part 2. I recorded the first one a few years ago, I believe, and I have owed you guys a part 2, possibly a part 3 and 4 after this. As some of you know, have lived with pelvic pain, lower belly pain, endometriosis pain for 30 years, a little over 30 years. And so the practice that we are going to do today will be a combination of some gentle movement. We are going to hold some poses, but depending on your symptoms, depending on how your day is going, I want you to really assess how your body is feeling. Go slower than I'm moving, hit pause so that you can really sort of zone in and hone into how you're feeling and sort of own this practice as I am merely a guide and a facilitator for this. So we are going to get started. I have so many props with me. For those of us who live with endometriosis pain, we know that the pillow and the blankets and all of that stuff is our best friend. So I have two blocks, I have a blanket, a pillow, and a bolster. And so I just have these on the ready. What I am going to do right here is I am going to actually just take the bolster and the pillow for this first move that we are going to do. I am going to spread my knees out, and I want you to be able to do that. Spread my knees out, and the hips are on the heels. If you'd rather have something underneath your bum so that you can lift your hips a little bit higher, please go ahead and do that. Otherwise, have a big pillow in front of you, something that is sturdy enough so that you can actually kind of rely on it for a little bit of lift, and then something on top of it. So, as we're going to go into this sort of supported child's pose, I want you to crawl your hands and sort of hug the furniture in front of you. Place your forehead down on top of the pillow, on top of your furniture. I'm just going to turn my head here over onto the left side so that I can look at you, and it also feels good for me to just be in this position. Otherwise, just get your forehead down and I will talk you through these next moments. Make sure that your hands are relaxed, your elbows are in contact with something, whether it's the bed or a block or a pillow or whatever it is. And you can just sort of hang here. Positioning the body physically and positioning the mind to really be here instead of somewhere else that's taking you away from your practice. And then let's change the breath. Inhale in. Expand the rib cage. As you exhale, open the mouth. Sigh it out. Inhale in. Exhale, sigh it out. Inhale. Exhale, sigh. Take an inhale in. Expand the rib cage, expand the chest. And as you exhale, feel a letting go of the day you just had, of the day you're going to have, and just be here right now. Just in and out. Make your exhales longer to relax the body even more. The breath is king. This is why it's a yoga practice. Take one more breath. then slowly plant the hands down. Lift your forehead and your head away from the furniture. And then come into a hands and knees position, but keep the props there. Just make sure that your knees are right behind your prop or your pillow. Spreading the knees a little bit apart. You can tuck the toes in the back. And then slowly send the hips to the right and the left. And then lift them up to the left and then move to the right. I call this like clockwork hip circle. So it's like going to your 4, to your 8, to your 10, and to your 2. One more circle in this direction, keeping the fingers spread. And let's go the other way. Feel free to hit pause every time you feel the need to do more of something. Give yourselves permission to really maneuver through how you're feeling to the body in relation to this practice. And then slowly come back to center. Send the knees right underneath the hips. And then lift your right arm up top. Find this twist. As you exhale, place the right hand on your lower belly and slowly twist towards the left and sink your hips down. Oh, this is one of my favorite moves. Inhale, twist up, lift your right arm up. Exhale, hand on the lower belly and twist. Turn your head towards the left. The usual, more typical yoga movement here is a thread and needle when we place the hands underneath the armpits. But right now, we're going to pay attention to our lower bellies, which is why I made kind of this variation. I haven't actually seen anyone do this too, but it always makes me feel good. Twist. Make sure to sink those hips towards the heels. Inhale one more time, reach up. And then exhale, place them down. Nice job. Let's lift the other arm. Inhale, spreading the fingers and place it on your lower belly. Exhale, hips to heels, twist to the right. Inhale, slowly lift up. Exhale, hands on the belly. One or two more times. Inhale here. Exhale, twist. And then one more time, lift up. And then exhale. Come into a quadruped. Let's do some cat-cows here. So as you inhale, drop the belly, lift the tailbone, open the chest, and then lift your head. And as you exhale, go the other way. Curl the spine, look towards your navel, and push the floor away with spread fingers. Do about 3 or 4 more of these, inhaling as you come up, exhaling as you curl. On days when I really just want to be in the couch, lay on the couch, be on a fetal position, watching Netflix or some other movie, I keep telling myself, move, Maud, move. What are you doing? Because it actually sometimes makes it worse for my symptoms to not move than it is to actually introduce some movement and some blood flow from the movements. And then slowly come into center. Now, come into a lunge pose, in this kind of square-ish lunge. And I want you to place your right hand on your belly. And I actually have an endo belly right now because I'm getting closer to the time of the month. And we know that's, we know how that looks like. Inhale the left arm up. And as you exhale, slowly bend towards your right. I usually find that when I hold the belly, I am feeling some warmth in there. Inhale, come to center, reach up with your hands. And as you exhale all the way to the right, just bend it. One more time, inhale. And as you exhale, send the left hand on that right thigh and slowly twist. This time you can move your right hand on your lower back. Depending on your symptoms, maybe just introduce a little bit of a smile right here. Slowly exhale, place your hands down. You can untuck the toes in the back and find this nice back of the leg stretch or half splits. You can use the furniture in front of you, land your hands on it. Some of us want to kind of sway our hips left and right. Make sure that you remain a softening of that front leg, softening on the knee. And sometimes when my lower belly gets really big, kind of like now, even this move, as I'm just rocking left and right, it actually adds a little bit of massage. I don't know if you're feeling that, but yeah, I kind of like it. All right, come upright a little bit. Just keep your right leg lengthened. By the way, you can always have a block underneath your bums if you want to. And then slowly send your left hand right outside that right thigh and introduce this twist that we just did. Sometimes paying attention to the upper body gets our attention away from the lower body. So it's a good distraction. Slowly release. All right. Your hands on the props or hands on the mat. Please do 2 or 3 cat cows. Make sure that the fingers are spread. Make sure that you let the breath be king. So try not to move fast just because you know where we're going. Come to center, please. Place the left foot where the left hand is and come into this square lunge once again. Again, we're kind of holding this endo baby, right? So inhale this right arm up, left hand on our baby, and then exhale slowly. Open up and bend towards the left. Inhale, center and reach up. Exhale, bend towards the left. One more time, inhale to lengthen. And as you exhale, place the right hand on your left thigh, and now the left hand can be on your lower back, and find a nice and gentle twist, rolling that shoulder and still finding an openness in the chest. I'm going to be facing away from you as I'm doing this. Breathe in and out. Slowly come to center. Untuck the toes in the back. You can lengthen that left leg. And now I'm not going to forget, but to have a block underneath my left bum. Kind of opening the back of the left leg here. Hands on the prop or on the ground. Just kind of feel and appreciate this opening in the back of the leg. Again, if you want to feel a sensation longer, feel free to hit pause. Otherwise, release from this. And then inhale your right arm up. Exhale, left hand on that left thigh. Again, revisiting the twist that we just did. A different orientation on the legs, but still perhaps the same experience with your trunk and your chest and your thoracic spine. Beautiful. Slowly untwist. Hands on the furniture or on the ground. And we are going to sway our hips left and right. Again, I'm going to probably do this without the block because I kind of really like this massaging motion happening in the lower belly. If that's ouch for you, if that's just not in the cards for you, then you can definitely skip this move. Or you can just enjoy the half split experience. One more sway, otherwise. And then slowly send the left foot back. Come into a kneeling position. Hands on the belly. Get your knees to be spread out a little bit wider. Untuck the toes in the back. We're just going to send our hips back and hinge our hips back and try to see if you can get your chest to be as parallel to the ground as possible. If that's not possible, then just go however far you can. And as you inhale, squeeze the booty and open up the hips. Try not to lean back like this, but just trying to find some strength in the legs, get some blood flow going. Hinge back. Come up to camel. Hinge back. Come up to camel. If you have some dizziness issues, then definitely do this as slow as you possibly can. Or just hinge one time and do camel one time. Otherwise, let's do this one more. And then slowly come up. Nice job. We are going to get into a squat pose. So get your left feet down, lift your right foot down. And before we get into a squat, let us just sway our hips left and right. You've probably noticed I love swaying and rocking. This rhythm that we're making right here with our movement is actually a very good thing. Gives us something to focus on. And sometimes this rhythm actually gets us to a parasympathetic place, a more on the rest and relaxation and digest and recovery. Because there isn't chaos in cadence, right? There's just some rhythm and some movement. One more time on each side. If you want to be propped up in your squat, you can definitely sit on something like this. You can take your time. However your squat looks like today, respect it. Some days are just different from others. I'd probably stay right here. Otherwise, lose the prop and just get on a full squat like this. Spreading the knees, and the arms are inside the legs, and the hands can be in front of the chest. And as you're right here, just breathing in and out. This little pelvic opening pose also actually adds a lot of peace in our practice. It's a very neutral shape. One more breath. Slowly get your hands down and make your way down onto your bellies so you can get rid of the props for now. Make a pillow with your hands. Maybe your forehead is down. Maybe you're looking to the side, totally up to you. But lift your feet off of the mat or the bed or wherever you are and just windshield wiper them left and right. Some of you may actually have heat pads on your bellies right now, right? One more time, left and right. And send the feet down. Just one more engagement and we are done. Get your elbows down into a Sphinx pose. Roll your shoulders back a little bit and then bring your heart forward. Spread your fingers out and just shimmy, shimmy the thighs. The legs are still a little bit active. Keep the neck neutral. This feels really good on my belly right now. Breathing in. And then slowly relax. Make a pillow with your hands. You can bend that one leg. A little bit of relaxing here. Pressing the belly down into the floor. Sometimes it does feel good. But if this does not feel good, you can always look up in a more supine position with your back on the ground.
And then slowly straighten that leg. Maybe turn your head the other side. And then bend that leg, whether it's the left or the right side, but it's bend the same leg in which direction that you're facing. Again, the breath is king. Otherwise, this cannot be called yoga. Inhale and exhale. You can stay right here and even fall asleep. Grab your heated pad, whatever it is that makes you feel good, or just curl up to the side with your pillow and just zone out. Otherwise, if you want to end the practice with me, straighten that leg, slide the hands underneath your shoulders. One last chance. Push your hips towards your heels. Child's pose, forehead down, hands relaxed. Breathing to our lower bellies, breathing into our lower backs, breathing into spaces in our bodies that experience pain and discomfort. Deep breath in. Exhale. You are not alone. Slide your hands underneath the shoulders and slowly lift yourself up. Find a nice seated position. I'll stay right here facing you with my hips on my heels, or sit crisscross applesauce. Big inhale. Make a big circle with your arms. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, big circle with the arms. Exhale, hands to the forehead area. One big circle here. And this time, hands to our bellies and lower bellies. Close the eyes or just let the eyes feel heavy or a quarter of the way open. Notice the energy that you've built towards. Notice the gentle flow, that soft strength that we have as we deal with these discomforts and moments of pain. Bring your hands to your heart. Coming to the end of practice, thank you so much for joining me today. I am going to share a mantra of mine every time I am in pain. And if at this point you want to just recite your own mantra, or you just want to say your mantra in silence, go ahead and do that 3 times before we end our practice. Otherwise, I will share my mantra right now. I am strong. I am stronger than this. And I am strongest when I am kindest to myself. I am strong. I am stronger than this. And I am strongest when I am kindest to myself. I say that on days where I feel defeated by this condition, where I cannot do much of anything. But I always tell myself, how strong have I become because of this? And how much kinder I am to myself because of this. And it makes me feel more empathic and compassionate towards others. And I hope you see it that way as well. Thank you so much for participating in this practice today. I will see you soon. For now, be well, and I'll see you next time. Bye.